That one on the left-hand side is your kind of before. We can see the head is ahead of the golf ball, or the ball is too far back, or a combination of both, in fairness, okay? So because of that there now, you can't really shift your weight, okay? Because if you did, you'd hit the ground or maybe miss the golf ball. So what's going to have to happen now is you're going to be coming down in quite steep. You're not going to be able to sort of pivot or shift the lower half as we were showing you there. As you go to the top of your backswing, as you come back to the golf ball here now, that hip's not going to move that much. As you get into here now, your arm's already starting to pull in and bend because you know it's coming down in a bit too steep. And if I do extend things through, I'm going to back the ground quite hard. So as a result of that now, I'll just pull my left elbow in and sort of pull it around the corner. And you can see sort of finishing like this with not really much sort of shifting. And if we look at that left foot there, there's your left hip there kind of pivoting away from the wall. So you're kind of hitting it a bit more this way as opposed to this one on the right hand side with, again, head behind the ball there, nice as you can see. Nice sort of lean there back with the hand, but the hand, as we said, are nicely in front. So we're kind of bookending the golf ball, if that makes sense, with our head and our hands, okay? Setup wise, they're good. Ball position slightly forward. Good turn the shoulders. Now from here, there's that wall. Watch your left hip. Yeah? So starting to move into that wall there now, getting the arms to come back into impact now. So there's your strike. Hands, if I'm being hypercritical, could have moved a little bit, but hey, this is a very different move to what you've done before. And then through the golf ball now, your elbow pulled a little bit away there, but there's a little bit more extension. The other pleasing thing is when you finish, there's minimal crease on your shoe. Sometimes we see when you pivot and you rotate, you finish off with the foot like this. It's not really up on its toe this way. You're kind of almost sort of creasing back here, because if any weight stays back here and you do this, you've got to use your toes to sort of support the swing. So in an ideal world, we're going to get up in that fully facing target follow through position. That's really, really good. And again, at the moment now, the strike on that there was super good. Okay, good rotation there now. That movement there with that left hip, and again, you can just do that at home. Yeah, just get the feeling of that left hip moving against the wall there, back and forth. And what I would suggest is get that left hip working first. So up the top of the backswing, and then just get the rhythm of that working first. Yeah, and once that's sort of going back and forth, then you start blending the arms in with it. Okay, it's almost like sort of getting a band going, get the beat of the drum. Yeah, get the beat of the drum. Once he's then the next things start coming in together. You're trying to all in one go. You'll be a bit mish and mash and stuff, but it's practicing that move to a point where it's what you just do. Rather at the moment you're thinking about how's my hip going to go, where's my arms, but in the time once the hips start working that way, your arms then can be focusing on where you want the ball to go and swinging your arms towards target, knowing your club is coming in nice and shallow. It's not coming in too steep.
This time of year with the mud, I mean, if you're coming in like that,
well, and the thing is, you're good enough now, and you'll just think, okay, well, I've hit the ground, it's no good, so I'll just miss the ground. And that's what happens. You'll just miss the ground because you know if I hit the ground, it's game over. And we all joke is thin to win. You just hit low knuckleballs. The problem is, yes, it's better than hitting the ball fat or heavy, but if you're a low running shot and the fairways are wet, you're not going to get much of the run. So rather than going 120, 130 yards, you're going at 50, 60 at best. And if you fat it, it goes 10. So, you're really losing a shot every time you miss-hit it. So changing that low point now, you can sort of see the crease there of your foot. There's not really coming off the toe quite. And again, the knees are quite separated. Whereas you look at this one here now, I've not mentioned your knees at all, but they just started working better because the hips moved over, see this one here, you're on that green line, where this one here now sort of moved back and away from it slightly, So it will be a bit of practice, but once you get that movement dialed in, it'll be something that you start naturally doing. However, as we said, you can't do it if the ball is in the wrong spot. That ball needs to be left of centre, your head needs to be behind the golf ball, because if you have your head over the ball to the left as you were and you move your hip into the wall, then you just put the golf ball into the ground, just burying the ground. So as much as that feels drivery setup, you can see there it's not, and the difference with driver would be just your hands would be same spot, the club would be there. That's the only real difference, because you can see the club shaft now looks slightly different from the club that's on the ground between your feet in terms of the angle. You put your head from this direction, now it looks even more so, because obviously you're looking for sort of an optical illusion to the side. Yes, your hands are way forward, your head looks way back here. Reality, as we can see, I mean, where's your head in relation to that goal? That sort of peak of your cap there. So far behind the promise. In your mind, it's back here, isn't it, really?
It feels like it,
Okay, so have a couple more then with that. I think it's worth practicing with the sticks on the ground. Not every shot, but just every other practice, or maybe sort of 10 or 15 shots at the start, just to confirm where you are setting up. Because if you go down a sort of path of not setting up correctly, and a few shots start going one way or t'other, you'll just react. You generally just start changing these swings, or the little micro movements in the swing, so the ball might start going a bit too far right, and I get it going to the left by pulling my arm in, or I was in the ground behind the ball, I move the ball back in the stand. Then you go do another compensation to fix that, and then you're sort of going down this sort of inconsistent route where, yes, you can hit the golf ball nicely, and when it's good, it's great. When it's bad, you're like, oh God, what have we done there?
Yeah.
And that's when the sort of the big numbers come in, the 8s and the 9s and the 10s.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Let's have a couple more then with that field position at setup, and just to get those hips moving a bit more to start the downswing. And I think then your arms will just have a bit more space to start swinging through, because they'll realise now, they go, oh, hang on, we've got room now to do what we want to try and do. Yeah, so no, very good, Erin. Keep that up.